Hi everyone, today I am so excited to bring to you my new gluten-free multi-grain bread flour blend. This I have been working on forever, you guys, for like at least a year, probably longer, and I finally think I got it right. Well, I know I got it right because I've tested it several times. But I wanted to show you a quick video for how I put together my flour blends in general, because a lot of people have asked me for that. So I start with, these are the containers that I use. This is a small container that I'm using for my new blend. But I mainly use these size containers, and I'll leave a link below for where you can find these on Amazon. These are Cambro brand, and they're real sturdy and they're real airtight, so they're perfect for making flour blends. And now we'll get into how to make this. So we start with our container and our scale, of course, and tear out your scale. By now, if you don't have a scale, you really need to get one. They are far superior than using a volume measure. And I'm adding to this brown rice flour. This is ultra fine, I think it is. It's Viddy's Bakery ultra fine brown rice flour. I will leave a link for that below, of course. And that is replacing the white rice flour in my bread flour blend. And I put a little too much in, so I'm just taking some out. I can do that right now while no other ingredient is in there. It's a little harder to do once you add other ingredients. And then the next thing I'm adding after I tear out the scale is potato starch. Now, I know it's a starch, but a little bit of starch is needed in my opinion, at least, in most gluten-free flour blends. This is by far way less than what is in my original bread flour blend. So this is millet flour, and this is a real nice consistency. It's a very fine consistency as well. I like it because it's kind of a neutral flour. It has a neutral taste. If you can't find it or want to substitute, some options might be sorghum flour, quinoa flour, or even amaranth flour. I think amaranth has a little more of a flavor to it. I wouldn't go with using a chickpea flour because you're going to get that beanie type taste that I think a lot of people have said about one of the Bob's Red Mill flour blends. So tear out the scale yet again in between each one. And now we're adding toasted oat flour. This is made by Gluten Free Prairie, and they are a Purity Protocol oats farmer, which means that they certify that they grow and process all of their oats without any wheat or other grains that could be, cross-contaminated for any of us that need to worry about that. However, I know a lot of people are intolerant of oats, so if you're one of those people, try using sorghum or white teff flour or possibly even buckwheat flour for the oat flour. There are so many different options to try with these whole grain flours. I would like to try a blend of all of them at some point. And this is the final starch that we need, which is tapioca starch. And again, these are way, way less amounts than what is in my original bread flour blend. I tried for so long to do this blend without any starches because that's what my goal was, but it just did not work. Like I said, for 1 to 2 years, I finally put some starch back in, and that's when it worked. And now for the ingredient that everybody loves to hate for some reason is whey protein isolate. This is such an important ingredient in my bread flour blend, my original one, and in this one. This is what really sets it apart from other blends. However, I do have suggestions for other protein isolates to use on my website if you cannot use this one. But I will tell you that this is lactose free if it's a matter of you having a lactose intolerance. And this final ingredient is xanthan gum. We need a little bit of xanthan gum to bind everything together. And this is what I do for all of my flour blends. Once I have everything in the container, this is a smaller container, so of course it's going to take a little less time to mix it together, but I take this ginormous whisk that I got from my local restaurant depot, and I whisk it all up. And once I've got it nice and whisked, then I snap on the lid and I shake it up really well. I am so excited for you guys to try out this new flour blend. I've used it in 3 recipes so far. I plan on doing more. One was my sourdough. That was out of this world. Another was the pillowy soft gluten-free dinner rolls, and those came out fantastic. And the third recipe that I used is actually a brand new multigrain seeded bread recipe that is my absolute favorite bread, I think, of all time, and that is coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned.